دعيني ابتداء أن أحيي السيدة فرانسيسكو على موقفها وعلى ما اتخذته باتجاه القضية الفلسطينية وما تعرض له الشعب في غزة. ما يتعلق باليمن للأسف الشديد أنه استمرار الحرب لمدة 10 سنوات واحد من الأسباب يعود إلى أنه الأدوات الدولية كانت أضعف من أن تقف في وجه هذه الحرب. لدينا مجلس الأمن الدولي نزل إلى اليمن في 2013 وعقد اجتماع داخل اليمن يعزز التجربة اليمنية في الانتقال السلمي والسلس للسلطة. ثم بعد الانقلاب في 2014 أصدر مجلس الأمن الدولي قراراً برقم 2216 يحدد آلية إنهاء هذا الانقلاب. ثم بعد ذلك أصدر قراراً في 2015. للأسف الشديد هذه الأدوات الدولية فقدت فاعليتها في منع هذه الصراعات. لنا اليوم أكثر من 11 عام في هذه الحرب، ولدينا قرارات ومرجعيات دولية ومرجعيات إقليمية ومرجعيات محلية، ومع هذا للأسف الشديد لم تساهم في إنهاء الصراع أو إنهاء الحرب. مجلس الأمن الدولي لدينا الآن مبعوث للأمم المتحدة خاص باليمن طيلة هذه الفترة وأشرف على عدد من جولات التفاوض، لكن هناك غياب لدور دولي فاعل حقيقي وجاد لإنهاء الصراع في اليمن. الآن في خلال العامين الماضية يوم أن تحول الصراع في اليمن إلى صراع خارج حدود اليمن وأصبح يؤثر على الأمن الإقليمي والدولي، على الملاحة البحرية، على حركة التجارة العالمية، بدأ العالم يفيق ويرى أن هناك قضية كبيرة في اليمن ينبغي أن تتحول الجهود باتجاه اليمن. اليوم نشهد تغير في الموقف الدولي فيما يتعلق بالموقف الأمريكي من تصنيف الحوثيين. نتكلم عن موقف أوروبي أكثر جدية، لكن الأدوات الدولية لا زالت غير فاعلة، وأصبحت المبعوث الأمم المتحدة للأسف الشديد في حالة ضعف كبير جدا، لأنه غير قادر على التعاطي مع جماعة منقلبة على الدولة لديها أجندة خارجية ولديها دعم إقليمي يساعدها على البقاء. هذا ما يتعلق بدور المجتمع الدولي في إنهاء هذه الحرب. الأصل الآن أن تكون هناك مقاربة إقليمية دولية محلية لإنهاء هذا الصراع بشكل جاد. شكرا جزيلا.
Thank you, Vice President. To you again, Francesca, if I may. You know, I'm reminded of something Noam Chomsky once said. He said that your rights correspond to your power and your wealth. Do you believe that is true in the Palestinian context, in the sense that the Palestinian people do not have much international support, not on a popular level, but with governments, because of their lack of power and wealth to a certain degree? As a European, do you think this is a turning point?
Yes, yes, I think it's a turning point. And also this is what is so interesting about the history of Palestine. I was recently in South Africa, where I realized something beautiful that surprised me. We tend to think as Nelson Mandela quite as a unique, and he was a very special man. But if you go to South Africa, you realize that Nelson Mandela couldn't have been born in any other country, in the sense that the South Africans have a strength that it's almost incomparable to anything I've seen. Why? Because this is a people that has really fought for centuries, and one of the most horrible forms of settler colonial domination, and which in the last 50 years of its life were known as apartheid. But Nelson Mandela was one of the most famous quotes of his is, South Africa, we will not be free until Palestine is free. What did he mean? Why didn't he say Somalia or Yemen or any other country? Because of something that linked South Africa and Palestine. It's the European settler colonial mentality that still underpins what Israel is doing to the Palestinian people, and especially in the occupied Palestinian territory. So do I see a moment of redemption? Absolutely. And it's in the power of the Palestinians because they have not been defeated, they still, and I'm not talking of armed resistance, no, I'm talking of resilience. Sumud, which is the most defining value for the Palestinian people, has become a universal term. Thank you. This is for the Palestinians, I guess. People in Europe know what Sumud means and its resilience and its steadfastness. And is it an opportunity for the governments? Yes. Yes, because we still need them. We still principle leadership. Leaders who put rights before profits. People in governments who are able to make sacrifices and act with dignity and integrity. There is always time, but time is not infinite. And so I do think that the word we need to pursue in order to reorient political conduct with the compass of the legal compass, what international law says, is justice. Can we stand all together for justice, for a world that is more just? Because this is what people are asking. They are standing against a place where might makes right. And in fact, the people of the world are getting united from Malaysia, Yemen, Somalia, South Africa, to all places on the world, not just the young people, the workers striking and civil servants breaking the ranks, demonstrating that you can be more civil than servants. This is the cusp of a revolution. The reason why I'm still hopeful is that the power of the Palestinians is intact. And today, Palestine doesn't just mean Sumud. Palestine is speaking the word and the verb and the grammar of justice.
Thank you very much, Francesca. In the remaining few minutes, if I can just go to each one of you, starting with you, President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. Just hearing what Francesca just said, the way Gaza, Palestine, has galvanized the entire world. To what extent do Somalians, I think it's almost a rhetorical question, you know, feel that Gaza reflects their own struggles and the struggles of the entire world?
Well, the world has witnessed what has happened in Gaza, and I don't think that there is someone who can defend that in legal terms or in a moral compass terms as well. But as Francesca rightly said, that the Palestinian people are very resilient people, and they have been resisting for the last 70, 80 years. So it is not something that is new to them. I think it has tarnished the sense of justice and trust in the eyes of the world today. Many big voices or big powers in the world today has lost the moral compass to stand in front of the people and said, this is justice or this is injustice. I think the whole globe, the whole world, the international community as a global has a stand with the Palestinians. That's a proof that what has happened in Gaza has no morality in the human sense of morality. I think this will continue, and this will be a turning point for the international system of justice and international system of diplomacy as well. Yes, there's a lot of pain, a lot of grievance that the Palestinian community will ever remember, but once they get what they want, I hope that they will stand up with the rest of the world. And the world has shown that. That is what the United Nations Security Council reform is necessary. The system, I will not say the global system has collapsed, but it needs a review. And case example, very good case example, is the Palestinian case right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud. To you, Vice President Bawazeer, your final thoughts on the situation in Gaza, the injustices faced by the Palestinian people, their struggle, how optimistic are you that this is a pivotal moment that has awakened the world and that will force change and justice?
في الحقيقة أنه ما تعرضت له غزة وما تعرض له فلسطين كان وصمة وعار في جبين العالم جميعاً، لكن دعيني هنا في هذه اللحظة أن أحيي الدور الرائد والكبير لدولة قطر والجهود الكبيرة التي قادتها مع إخوانهم في مصر ومع باقي الجهود في محاولة لرفع الظلم والضيم الذي تعرض له الشعب الفلسطيني. الذي حصل في غزة يندى له الجبين، هناك صمود عجيب وهناك درس للإنسانية جميعاً فيما يتعلق بصمود الفلسطينيين وتضحياتهم وصبرهم وحجم الألم والمعاناة التي تعرضوا لها كبير جداً. وللأسف كان امتحان صعب لكل المؤسسات الدولية ولكل الفاعلين الدوليين، بل أثبت أن هناك أو أن الضمير العالمي مر بمرحلة موت أو تعليق للحياة لفترة فيما يتعلق بالمرحلة التي عاشها الشعب الفلسطيني في غزة من ظروف صعبة. نتوقع أنه ونأمل رغم أنه لا زالت الجهود تمر في مرحلة حرجة، نأمل أن الشعب الفلسطيني يمر من هذه المرحلة إلى مرحلة أكثر استقرار وسلام. الشعب الفلسطيني يستحق أن يعيش كريماً عزيزاً على أرضه وتحت سماء بلاده. نتمنى أنه يحل الأمن والاستقرار والسلام في فلسطين وفي أرض غزة، وشكراً مرة أخرى للجهود التي بذلت من دولة قطر في هذا الشأن.
Thank you, Vice President Bawazeer. Francesca, I must end with you. You get the final thought. We've got 3.5 minutes. I know that you've been warning, haven't you, that we are misusing our resources, that we have a finite time on this earth, and that we must do more when we can. You said to me a few days ago that the mask has fallen and that without popular action, justice will not be delivered. So the question is, do you believe meaningful justice can still be achieved, and what must we all do, not just governments, but all of us?
Yes, so let me end on a positive note. And this is not just to re-energize the discussion, but because I really believe that we can still make it better, and it's through justice. But first, let me take 1 minute to share a reflection that I hope will plant a seed of curiosity in you. Some scholars have written an article titled "Palestine is a feminist issue." And this is so powerfully true. In the beginning, I was saying, what does it mean? I thought that it was referring to the fact that the feminist movement, especially in the West, had not been very close to the fate of the Palestinian. Is not that. It's about emancipation from oppressive structures of power that speak patriarchy. It's true at the domestic level, it's true at the international level. Because look at the way, for example, the International Criminal Court, Palestinian Human Rights Organization, a UN Special Rapporteur are being sanctioned. This is a slap in the face of the system. And it doesn't come from someone who respects the rules. It's someone who feels above the rules. And this is why I'm saying we need to break the system, not in a peaceful way. And we can. How do we do that? Through respecting the rules ourselves, first and foremost. And this is why the answer to your question, Rida, is justice. The International Court of Justice has already spoken. It has said that in order to end the violence in the case of Palestine, Israel must put an end to its unlawful occupation. It must withdraw the troops, dismantle the colonies, and stop exploiting Palestinian resources. What else do we need? The court has spoken. So let's follow this. Let's not impose further conditions of brutality on the Palestinians. At the moment, they are still being genocided. So this is a call for humanity and compassion. Justice goes through accountability, for sure, to international courts, through domestic courts, but first and foremost, it requires a change of mentality and a change of mind and a change of heart in every one of us. Change and peace is in every step. So let's make it happen as we leave this room today. Thank you.
A call to action. Thank you very much, Francesca Albanese, Vice President Bawazeer, and President Mohamud. Thank you all very much indeed. And as I invite you to regain your seats, we will move straight into our closing ceremony here. As we come to the end of the official program of the 2025 Doha Forum, we are honored to have with us this year, for the first time, someone who has spent her entire life fighting for justice. She has done it both at home and in the wider region by empowering the younger generation and women through education. Here in Doha, it is not an exaggeration to say that her vision and determination have played a major role in establishing Qatar in its education, health, and research programs as an ecosystem. She has also helped provide education to children in many parts of the world, in conflict zones, in underprivileged environments, from Palestine to Sudan, from Syria to